What is going on, guys, and welcome to yet another episode of the absolute worst gaming show in the history of the internet, Gotti's Corner, episode 7. What you're looking at right here is Battlefield 4 PC footage, and the reason for that is the announcement of Battlefield 2042 made me absolutely happy as shit, because to me what it looked like, it gave me total Battlefield 3 and 4 vibes. And it looks like Battlefield is finally returning to its roots. Look, I was super happy back when they brought World War I and World War II back in the mix. That's only because they were throwing all this, and not Battlefield necessarily, but Call of Duty was throwing all this wall walking, all this crazy stupid shit at us, and I was completely over it, so I wanted to return to the norm. But that being said, I want modern weapons and all that type of thing. And even though this is set 20 years, 21 years ahead, we're not going to get any of that crazy shit. I mean, I know they have wingsuits and all that. That looked a little wild, but total Battlefield 3 and 4 vibes coming from that gameplay that we saw, even though it was just a brief bit of gameplay. A lot of people are let down. There's no campaign, but here's my take on that. This, what you're seeing, was the last good Battlefield campaign. All the previous ones, great. After this, after Battlefield 4, absolutely horrible. To me, they were just stupid how they were laid out, and I could never even get through them. I never beat any of the campaigns after Battlefield 4. So the no campaign thing doesn't really bother me that much. I know there's going to be, I think, 7 maps, I believe, with the initial release of 2042. That doesn't really bother me that much either. I just read earlier that they will be using bots to fill up servers that aren't full. To be honest, I don't think there's going to be any issue with servers that aren't filling up. I think that that won't come into play until way down the road before we'll have to worry about doing battle with any bots. But if we do, I hope that they're not like super easy and that they actually give somewhat of a challenge out there on the battlefield with us. But like I said, I don't think that that's going to be too much of an issue when it comes down to servers filling up. So yeah, Battlefield 2042, all 3 platforms guaranteed: PS5, Series X, PC. I'll definitely have all 3 of those, getting down on it. E3, I'm way late to the party, but let's be honest, it didn't even really feel like E3. You guys have seen all the videos, all the reviews, everybody's take on it. Briefly, I'll touch on it. Xbox, in my opinion, did extremely well. Game Pass continues to be an amazing value. All these games are coming to Game Pass. I think they showed 30 games, 27 of them coming to Game Pass. I think one thing we have to stop at E3 is these stupid CGI 10-second trailers where you show like maybe a little hint, like I don't remember what the game was the Xbox showed, but it said like co-op on a post-it note, and then it glances over and it shows the name of the game inside of a gun crate. Just stupid. If you don't have any gameplay or even somewhat of a meaningful CGI trailer, don't even show it. But in my personal opinion, we got to get away from the CGI trailers. Show some gameplay. Give us a reason to be excited. I hate CGI trailers, especially when they have the word gameplay by them. They just have to stop. I'm getting DMs, people saying that people over on Twitter, which you guys know I'm serving a life sentence, I'm no longer allowed to return to Twitter, and that doesn't bother me a bit. But I've heard that people are saying that Sony didn't show up because Sony doesn't have anything to show and they're not doing anything. Look, guys, stop it. We know Sony has shit brewing up in their cauldron. We have no reason to believe or think that Sony is not working on great games. What would make you think that? What did they do during the PlayStation 3 era, during the PlayStation 4 era? What did they do to make you think that they are not working on great games for the PlayStation 5? The answer is nothing. They are working on great games for the PlayStation 5. So you idiot radical morons need to take that shit elsewhere, because we know that Sony is going to come with some great games. That being said, like I said, Xbox did a great job. They're making good moves over there at Xbox, and you can't be mad at Game Pass. I don't care what you say. It is a great value. The rest of the show, who cares? I saw some Guardians of the Galaxy. It looked absolutely terrible, in my personal opinion. The graphics looked horrible. The combat looked atrocious. And honestly, I don't even know what to say about the rest of the show. I don't even really remember. Nothing really stands out to me to even talk about when it comes to E3. It didn't feel like E3. I understand everything is being done virtually. I get it. But it just didn't feel like E3. I didn't even watch Nintendo. My oldest son, he still plays the shit out of his Switch. I did see the Breath of the Wild 2. I guess you would call that a trailer. It didn't really do anything for me. As far as a Switch Pro, I don't know. Are we going to get 60 frames on Breath of the Wild 2? I highly doubt it. Is there even a Switch Pro? Who knows? Nintendo didn't really do anything for me. I didn't hear anything coming from them that got me excited. Moving forward, Microsoft announces monitors that are designed for the series consoles. First of all, they need to get that out of my face. One of them, I think it's made by Philips, is basically a TV with a soundbar built onto it. The other two are just stamped with "Made for Xbox" logo on the box and probably on the corner of the bezel if these monitors have bezels. Here's what I have to say about these so-called "Made for Xbox" series consoles monitors. Shut up. There are plenty of monitors out there that offer HDR, that offer FreeSync Pro, that you can get for far cheaper than what these monitors are. Now, I understand these are HDMI 2.1. I get it. But for me, paying $1,600 for a monitor when I can just get a TV makes absolutely no sense. I have an ultra-wide monitor. I love it. It has FreeSync Pro. It's HDR. Granted, I don't use the HDR because it doesn't get bright enough. It's certified at HDR 400, so it's an absolute waste of time to use the HDR on it. But it's a 34-inch ultra-wide. It looks beautiful. It's a fraction of the cost of these monitors, these so-called Xbox Series monitors. I don't think that the Series consoles support ultra-wide, but I could be wrong on that. Anyway, moral of the whole story here is, guys, you can get a whole lot for your money if you just buy a TV. Buy a TV. Do not buy these Xbox Series monitors. To me, it is a complete marketing scam, and a lot of people are going to fall for it. But anyway, like I said 10 times, buy a TV. I finished Ratchet & Clank. Awesome game. Completely awesome. Shows the quality that Sony brings to the table. I've been pushing through Final Fantasy VII, the PS5 update. It's awesome as well. I'm trying to get that beat because on July 29th, and you guys are going to probably not even believe when I say this, one of my most anticipated games comes out, and it comes straight to Game Pass, and it is The Ascent. I've had my eye on it since before the series consoles came out. They were talking about co-op on it. They were showing gameplay. It was supposed to be a launch title for the series consoles. I was super excited about it. Shot a message over to my homie Jado. We were ready. We were amped to play that. And then they pushed it back, which could be a great thing that they did. But all the gameplay that I've seen ever since they announced it, to me, looks like a really good top-down, cyberpunk-looking shooter that can definitely a lot of fun to be had with that, in my opinion, in co-op. So super excited for that. As far as July and August games, we got A Plague's Tale, which is coming to Xbox Series consoles as well as PS5. I know it's supposed to run 4K 60 on the Series X as well as the PS5. Not sure on the Series S. I would assume 1080p 60, possibly 1440 60. I'm somewhat curious about The Forgotten City, I believe is what it's called, but not super excited for it or anything like that. I've watched a little bit of gameplay that they have shown. Moving on to August, we got the Aliens Fireteam Elite, which a lot of fun's going to be having me and the kids on that. And we've got what I know a lot of you are hyped for, which is Kena. I guess that's how you say it. I've been excited for it ever since they showed the game. I think it's going to be super cool, super dope. Definitely interests me. But I know a lot of you guys are going to be too tough to play that game. So I know a lot of you will just completely skip that game, but I think it's going to look great, and it's going to have, from what I've seen, the combat looks super interesting. But that's really all I got for you guys. I got some yard work to do. I've got to go out, trim the front bushes, get the grass cut the neighbor's lawn as well before this rain moves in. But let me know what you guys thought about E3 again. I know I'm late. Most of you guys aren't even talking about it anymore. Was there anything that stood out to you? Let me know what you think about Battlefield, anything else that I touched on in today's episode. And I appreciate you guys tuning in to the absolute worst gaming show in the history of the internet, Gotti's Corner, episode 7. Chime off in the comments section. And as always, keep it gaming. I'm out.